Hi everyone, my name is Aditya. What really impressed me about Manan was that the way he would approach a classroom session. I know a lot of my friends who were studying at a lot of other institutes. They said that the coaching staff would just walk into the class and then they would generally pick up random questions on the topic that they would discuss and solve questions on them. Now Manan wouldn't have that approach. So every topic that we would pick for discussing or for solving questions, he would categorize those questions in the category of approach that they belong to. It lets you understand those approaches that you have for questions. So every question that you do, you would immediately, after a certain amount of practice, you would immediately start understanding that they fall into a certain category of approach. And it becomes very easy to solve those questions within that limited period of time. So this is something that Manan was extremely good at. I was a big beneficiary of that. Another thing that really helped me in the classes was the tricks of the trade that he had while solving those questions. So for example, in RC, even before looking at the RC passage, I was able to eliminate a lot of answer options when I just looked at the question. So this is something that helped me save a lot of time during the test day and eventually helped me get a 94 percentile on my verbal. This is something that I was really helped with. Another thing that is extremely powerful is the content. The content is extremely strong. I don't think, and I have checked with a few other institutes that my friends were studying at, the content is not as good as what is shared. It's an extremely powerful content. Their answer explanation to each and every question is extremely detailed, and you get a lot of understanding just by reading those questions and trying to solve them. I was a big beneficiary of all this. In an inference question in CR, due to his suggestions, I had an approach where, and I was getting a lot of inference questions wrong, and I had an approach where I would go ahead and read the type of the question first before I used to read the statement that was provided in the question, and that really helped me sort of prepare towards what I would be, the information that I had to sift through when I would go ahead and read through the statement of the question. So obviously everyone has their own approach, and it's about trying to discuss with him that where you're lacking and it's something what is not working with you, and he suggests you ways to improve at it. Another thing that I really benefited was that just a few days before the examination I had a word with him as to how I should be approaching the test day, and I was feeling a little jittery about it. And he discussed with me and he said that during the test day what you can do is that the AWA and the IR each have a half an hour time slot. Now they don't need half an hour, and I knew that while during my practice examination I was solving the AW and IR well within those half an hour slots. So he said that you can finish those off in 15 minutes, and once you do, 15-20 minutes, and once you do, you don't have to jump onto the next section straight away. So you take that time, you occupy that time, you relax, you sort of just close your eyes or just think about how you have to approach each and every question when you start with the QA and the verbal. And that is something that really helped me. I finished my AW in about 15 minutes, I finished my IR in about 20 minutes or so, and I took those 10-15 extra minutes to just relax. So when I started my QA, I was extremely fresh. When I started my verbal, I was not tired of giving the examination. I didn't feel that way, I was, in fact, I could have given another GMAT after the exam that I gave. So these are those small things that few among those small things that he tells you, and it really helps you, and I would very, very strongly recommend this to people who are planning to give that GMAT examination.